In this video, we'll be taking a look at two NFL games happening on October 9, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Philadelphia Eagles versus Arizona Cardinals. The Eagles are the last undefeated team in the league, and they head to the desert this Sunday to face the Cardinals, who are 2-2. The Eagles have not played the toughest schedule, but are still the only team in the NFL without a loss. They have played well on both sides of the ball and has an offense that ranks 4th in the league in points per game. The Cardinals are coming off a win in their last game, and they are tied with the 3 other teams in the NFC West at 2-2. The 2 teams they have beaten have combined for only 2 wins, while the 2 losses have come facing teams with a combined 5 wins. It's tough to say anyone is playing better football than the Eagles right now. They are undefeated through the first 4 weeks and are 3-1 against the spread, with the one blemish being that Week 1 win over the Lions, where it looked as if they took their foot off the gas and let the Lions creep back in with a pair of fourth-quarter touchdowns that were meaningless in the overall outcome. Meanwhile, the Cardinals are 2-2 on the season and 2-2 against the spread, with all the losses coming at home. We know there is a belief that West Coast teams traveling east are at a disadvantage due to time zone changes and internal body clocks being off, but that same belief isn't usually held for teams traveling in the opposite direction. Still, this feels like a tough spot to take the road team laying points. Something to keep in mind when looking at the Cardinals is that injuries have kept their offensive firepower at less than 100%. Running back James Conner has been banged up. The receiving core has been limited to Marquise Brown and Greg Dortch, and the offensive line had lost a few components just before the season opened. Still, they've remained competitive and are slowly getting back to full strength. Kyler Murray has done plenty to carry them this far. On the Eagles side, this is more about their defense holding firm than it is worrying about how the offense performs. We know Jalen Hurts is having an MVP-like start to the season, and we expect them to score, but the defense hasn't dealt with a quarterback like Murray who can do what he does both on the ground and through the air. The combination may just allow Arizona to keep this game close. The Philadelphia Eagles deserve to get love here, as they are unbeaten up to this point and have shown terrific balance. However, you could argue the Eagles have some more showing and proving to do, as their schedule hasn't been all that difficult. The Arizona Cardinals can be better defensively, and the offensive success comes and goes, but they've been competitive their last 3 weeks, and you'd think they'd get up for this one. The Cardinals haven't won a home game since October 24th of last year. That's just not sustainable, so the Arizona Cardinals to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Since a lopsided 44-21 defeat to Kansas City in their season opener, the Cardinals have allowed 59 points through 3 games. On the other side, the Eagles have surrendered just 36 points since a 38-35 victory at the Detroit Lions in Week 1. Both Philadelphia and Arizona will try to control the clock and establish their ground game. 5 of the Eagles' last 7 road contests and 6 of the Cardinals' previous 9 games overall have gone under the total. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Bengals versus Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati will try to extend its 2-game winning streak when it travels to Baltimore for a primetime game on Sunday night. The Bengals are coming off double-digit wins over the Jets and Dolphins, while Baltimore is looking to bounce back from a 23-20 loss to Buffalo. The Ravens and Bengals are tied with Cleveland for first place in the AFC North, as all 3 teams are 2-2. The Bengals are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 road games and 10-2 against the spread in their last 12 games overall. The Ravens are 11-27-2 against the spread in their last 40 games in October and 4-12 against the spread in their last 16 games in Week 5. The under is 9-0 in Bengals' last 9 games overall. The over is 7-3 in Ravens' last 10 games following a straight-up loss. The Bengals are 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings in Baltimore. The road team is 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 meetings. Both the Cincinnati Bengals and Baltimore Ravens enter this Sunday's matchup with 2-2 records on the season. However, they've gotten to this point in different ways. The Ravens have looked strong for most of the season, and they could clearly be 4-0 if not for a pair of have blown double-digit leads against the Dolphins and Bills. Even despite those losses, Lamar Jackson is still playing at an elite level as he's one of the league's most efficient quarterbacks on early downs this season. Jackson's dual threat ability makes him a nightmare for opposing defenses, and his ability with his legs should come into play once again on Sunday. On the other side, the Bengals have won back-to-back games, but those did come against the Jets and a Dolphins team who was missing Tua Tagovailoa for most of the contest. Cincinnati's offense still isn't in sync yet, and the Bengals' new pieces on the offensive line still haven't done enough to protect Joe Burrow on dropbacks. Baltimore has been excellent against the spread when coming off a loss under John Harbaugh, and I'd expect that trend to continue in this one. Prior to last season, the Ravens had won 6 of 8 against Cincinnati, often doing so in convincing fashion. However, Baltimore was embarrassed twice by the Bengals in 2021, which should give the Ravens extra motivation to pick up a key divisional win at home. Baltimore is top 10 in EPA per pass and EPA per rush this season, while also averaging 1.4 yards per play more than Cincinnati. This year, the Bengals were to reconfigure their offensive line to give QB Joe Burrow more protection. But the trend is accepting the unusual Miami game the status quo for the number of Bengals sacks allowed. Expect the Ravens to capitalize on the Bengals O-line weaknesses and put pressure on Burrow. This will limit the Burrow-preferred 30 to 35-yard left sideline kill zone, in which he is most effective, even if the Ravens' defensive secondary remains weak. Even with the kill zone in place, the Bengals did not destroy Miami as predicted once Tua was injured. The Ravens are hungry and ready for a home game win. The Bills game was an anomaly in terms of red zone efficiency and a devastating interception with minutes to go, leading to a narrow loss of a very good Bills team. The odds are in the Ravens' favor for a win, going 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 meetings with the Bengals, and they went 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games, following an against-the-spread loss. The Ravens would want to get that nasty taste out of their mouth. There's frustration in Baltimore, as this team probably feels it should be undefeated. There's a good chance that leads to a focused contest on prime time when they finally get a home win. Bottom line is, if the Ravens don't win this game, there's going to be a lot of finger-pointing. This is a big game for the Ravens. Plus, the Ravens' offenses, when running properly, your dad's 1967 Camaro. It's smoky but turns heads and is scary fast off the line, thanks to solid precision play from QB Lamar Jackson, and they are also in the top 3 score leaders in the league. Combined with the sack problem of the Bengals and the career low completions of Burrow, look for the Bengals to be blown off the line when the green light flashes. This is a great spot to back the Ravens off a loss, and I believe that we're getting a bit of value on Jackson, Harbaugh, and company following that crushing defeat to the Bills. This team still feels like they're more than 3 points better than the Bengals, especially in what should be a raucous home atmosphere on Sunday night. So the Baltimore Ravens to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. This is a bit of a closer call, but if the Bengals and Ravens are popping all on cylinders, we will see 2 of the best, most dynamic quarterbacks in the league firing at each other. The score, though, will be muted by solid Ravens defenders, especially on the defensive line that will pressure Burrow and likely continue his completion rate slide to below his current 64%. Ravens will be able to move the ball, balancing passing with their rushing attack. But this game screams low scoring, especially when looking at trends. The Bengals are under 9-0 in the last 9 games overall, and under 4-0 after gaining more than 250 yards passing in the previous game. Expect a rusty, busted game after a long 10-day break. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.